Did you know that knowing your dreams can help you know yourself better? Hello to all of you who follow our channel. In several past videos, we spoke about the importance of dreams as self-knowledge. Today we would like to talk about the types of dreams that we can have while we rest. There are several types of dreams, but we could classify them into 4 groups in order to make a study of how the experiences we have in the physical world can impact and manifest in our dreams. The first and most common type of dreams are those related to the centers of our human machine. When we speak of the human machine, we refer to our organism, which possesses several psychophysiological centers. The human being has an intellectual center responsible for thinking, which is physiological because it sits in our brain, but it is also psychological because it transcends the physical realm. We know and we can understand that the mind transcends the physical brain. The mind is not imprisoned in the brain. With the mind, we can travel, we can project ourselves to anywhere we want through our mind, through our thoughts. So this means that this intellectual center is both physical and psychological. We also have an emotional center, which is physical because it is right here in the solar plexus, a set of nerves which exist in the umbilical region. That's where we feel our emotions. For example, you must have noticed that if you're scared, you feel a certain cold sensation in your belly, or butterflies when you feel nervous. That's because the emotional center is located here. But our emotions also transcend this physical sensation and are part of our psychological world as well. We also have a center of movement, an instinctive center, and also a sexual center responsible for reproduction. So consequently, the most common dreams are those that are related to these centers. If a person performs certain activities that are repetitive, very mechanical, there's a tendency to dream about that. For example, if a person who drives a lot during the day, he or she will dream about driving. For someone who works in a factory, who has a daily routine performing the same operation like working in an assembly line, it will be normal for him to dream that he is working and performing the same task. That is the most common type of dream. It is related to a repetition of our daily activities, because those dreams are linked to the centers of our body. They are projected by our centers. Another type of dream that is not so common are what we call unconscious types of dream. These vary from person to person. It depends on the individual. Generally, unconscious dreams are incoherent. These are those dreams that are strange and don't make any sense. We all have seen incoherent images at times. If we were to search for dream images online, we'd see incoherent pictures of a tree floating in the sky, a bed flying in the sky, things like that that have no connection with reality, that make no sense in the physical world. Those are unconscious dreams. These dreams take place when our unconscious is freed. We enter into our unconscious and see this incoherence that exists inside of us that we normally don't perceive. In general, this type of dream projects our most inner and hidden desires. These are the things which people repress, which is deep inside. There are most repressed desires and fantasies which we hide because society tells us that it is immoral or that they're wrong, and which we're ashamed to express through our personality. These are the desires that we have which stay hidden, and so they manifest through unconscious dreams. Hidden desires, fantasies of all kinds, like killing someone as an act of revenge, or sexual fantasies, or perhaps a desire to have something that we know we'll never have. These things manifest in an incoherent way, but if we pay close attention to the dream, we can see what is being projected. Other types of dreams are those related to our subconscious. In general, when we dream, we enter into this psychological space inside each one of us that we call the subconscious. It's subconscious because it is a state where the conscience is not fully active. We enter the world of our memories, of our past experiences. So in this subconscious world of our memories, they come to life, and we immerse ourselves and move around in them, where we have an encounter with all those aspects that form our personality, with all those aspects that form our ego, our psychological world. And consequently, subconscious dreams are related with memories, with past experiences. So one relives their past or past experience while inside their subconscious. Another type of dream, which is less common, is an incipient form of astral projection. All of us have experienced them, although maybe we just don't remember. These are prophetic dreams or dreams of premonition. Prophetic dreams are something we know, the so-called déjà vu, meaning already lived, an experience of being certain. Perhaps you were observing a scene, a situation, and thought, I have already seen this. This has already happened. Probably it happened in a dream. In other words, that dream that you had is happening now in the physical world. That was a prophetic dream. You might be wondering how this is possible. It's possible because in the world of dreams, or the so-called astral world, this is a dimension that is beyond time. Here in the material world, we perceive time in a linear way. We move through time in a linear way. In history, we study time in the form of a series of events, one which follows another, or a timeline from birth to death. But when we leave the physical world and enter the astral dimension, we perceive time in a different way, not in a linear way, but in a circular way. Time is circular, or in other words, all events, past or future, keep happening intensely every moment, here and now. So in a dream, you can relive something that you have lived a long time ago, or live something that has not yet happened, here in the material world. That is why the astral world is processing constantly here and now. For this reason, it is possible to have prophetic dreams, or dreams of premonition. Of course, certain people have developed this ability. There have been people throughout history who were known as great prophets, people who made great predictions, such as Nostradamus and other saints recognized by Christianity, who left great prophecies for humanity. These are people who had an ability to perceive time in a cyclical way through their own dreams, and were able to bring back the memory of such dreams after waking up. So these are basically the 4 types of dreams that we have. We could further subdivide them into subgroups, but in general, all dreams can be classified into these 4 groups. We have to try to remember our dreams when we wake up, and to try to see which of these 4 types they correspond to. The exercise for this is simple. When you open your eyes in the morning, stay perfectly still and do not move your body. Close your eyes and begin to remember your dreams. In this way, carry out a retrospection to try to bring back the memory of your dreams. After that, write down the experiences you had, either make a voice recording or write them down in a notebook. By doing this, our ability to remember our dreams will be developed, and after that, we can analyze them to see what they mean, to see whether it was a déjà vu or not. Please leave a comment down below and tell us about the most common type of dream that you've had. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you can join us in the next video.